What's up, gamers? DreamcastGuy here, and today we're talking about the Resident Evil Classic Collection because it is finally real. But there is some good parts and bad parts about these old school games finally coming back, and I want to explain why I'm happy but still a bit disappointed. Hi, hope you're having a great day. If you could, please give this video a like and subscribe if you haven't already. So, you know when you're watching a movie and somebody finds like a magical monkey paw and you make a wish and the monkey paw curls and you get what you want, but it's a little bit different. You want to have the most money on the planet, but it just makes everybody else broke. Or you want infinite food and it turns out to be like tapioca pudding. This kind of feels like that, where I have literally, for now, the last 10 years in videos, I've been begging to see some sort of retro bundle come back. And it is here, but these are just straight ports. So what is this and how does it exist? So Good Old Games is like an alternate launcher to Steam or like Epic Game Store. So they go out and a lot of times find really cool ancient games and get the licensing and do the porting themselves. They basically have coders and stuff to make sure it works and runs on current systems. Well, somehow they've talked to Capcom and they've put the original Resident Evil trilogy on here, and it's actually still beyond anything else. We're gonna have like tiny gripes. It is legitimately fantastic they managed to bring this back. It's $10 for each of the games, or $25 for all three of them. Currently, you get Resident Evil 1 today. It sounds like Resident Evil 2 is coming out soon. In fact, some YouTubers already have access to Resident Evil 2, and then Resident Evil 3 is coming out later this year. But these are legitimately the entire full three games, but it is the Steam release. So for those of us who are kind of hoping for some sort of remastered collection, something with trophy support or cleaner upscaling or some sort of added content, it is definitely not that. These are straight ports of the original PC versions to this. So some people are actually expressing disappointment with it because if you actually look at it, it doesn't really run that fantastic. There's a slight choppiness. Wow, actually it's weird to see the choppiness there. And the backgrounds look quite terrible. They are not upscaled whatsoever. This is probably 144p or something like that. Now we're going to look at more gameplay of it. People are already trying to break down how specifically you could do like different types of scaling and stuff to make sure it looks a little bit better. Honestly, I still think this is cool that it is returning, because something about this is the fact that a lot of us have wanted this for a preservation reason beyond anything else. Like, I'm happy we can play these games again, but it's also great that now there's an official way to do this without having to like bootleg or hack it. It's cool that you can just go to an actual storefront and pay to get the original versions back. But I've even heard that when it comes to controller support and stuff, a lot of old PC games, they weren't as plug and play as stuff is today. Like, I play a ton of stuff on my PC, a ton of stuff. And part of the reason, like, I was very, very late to PC gaming. I only got into it here when I started doing YouTube videos. And a lot of it is because I had a bad first impression. Like, when you played PC games back in the day, a lot of times before you could do anything else, you actually had to program the controller in the game. You had to do like a million different settings to make sure it didn't completely crash. Now, obviously, that was me just being a dumb kid. I mean, I'm still a dumb adult, but this is essentially that. This is essentially one of those games where you have to set it up a lot the first time you play it. But before anything else, I actually want to take a look at some gameplay of it and sort of the differences of it. So like this is from the Sphere Hunter. She got to do a sponsored video about it where she is very glowing and very positive. Some stuff, the actual frame rate of the cutscenes is extremely low because apparently the original PC version, the freaking frame rate was awful. When she plays it, though, I think the character models look really good. God, those slowed down cutscenes look really, really bad. Wow, look how bad that looks. I can deal with the resolution. It's the slowness of it that looks so weird. Look at that frame rate. These textures and stuff, though, like her character model looks great. She had a chance to actually play Resident Evil 1 and Resident Evil 2 in their entirety. Resident Evil 2 is not officially released yet. Resident Evil 2 is one of my favorite games of all time. It's actually the... look at you have to click them because you can't put it in a different disc. Resident Evil 2 is actually the first survival horror game I ever played, and it completely melted my brain. I will say, this to me still looks incredibly good. Like, obviously, I'm biased. I'm a Resident Evil fanatic, but problems aside, I am thrilled about this. It is so cool to have the actual original Resident Evil games back. Like, I want to see how we can get this up and running on Steam Deck. I have seen people already linking videos of, says, here's the thing. These are not on Steam, and they're probably never going to come to Steam or consoles because these ports were officially done by Good Old Games. They did this themselves, so, I mean, it'd be kind of weird for them to do all this work and then do it all again to put it on consoles. Maybe another company, another studio, another publisher may do the porting of the original games to consoles, but as it currently exists, it only exists on GOG. So you can see it right here. According to this, here's the enhancements. So you get full compatibility, 4 localizations, which means you can play it in 4 different languages. You can technically play the different versions of it. So there's actually a Japanese release, obviously. If you play it in Japanese, you could play the version that actually, the PC version of these games let you skip the door animations and stuff. So technically, if you're a speedrunner, you can play this game quicker, better DirectX game render. So it sounds like tiny, nice improvements. It's fully made to work with all modern controllers, thank God. To clarify, these versions will stay on GOG as GOG worked on the ports, so no Steam and console release. GOG is dedicated to game preservation. These versions have technical and performance improvements, but gameplay remains unchanged to preserve the original experiences. Small though, I will mention, having played it a bit now, you can skip door openings. Okay, that's great. So, the thing about this, though, is that because it's not on Steam, getting it to run on your Steam Deck is going to take a little bit of work. You can't just click it and play. That is a little bit of a disappointment because, obviously, I'm obsessed with my Steam Deck. I play my Steam Deck like an hour a day while I'm on the treadmill, playing all that Balatro. But I cannot help but be extremely happy about this. I just think it's great that we're finally getting this. John Muncher tweets a lot about Dino Crisis predominantly, and he's already saying, like, man, if they can do this for this, I would love to see classic ports now of Dino Crisis 1 and 2, because there's no official way to buy those. I would love to see the original Silent Hill. Like, if they're able to do this, those had official PC releases. They could port those as well. Like, I'm not saying it'd be easy. I'm sure every game is hard in its own uniquely sloppy coded way. But to me, I am extremely pleased about this. I am going to buy this. I already have GOG. There's a bunch of rare Star Trek games on there that I'm always excited about. But this is cool. This is essentially, when you buy games on GOG, it is an old school launcher. They all work offline. It just gives you like an EXE. It does have cloud saves and stuff like that. So this is cool. Is it as great as I probably hoped? No. Of course, I wished it was like a full-blown remaster, but I can't really be disappointed. The fact that they legit did it, it's as good as it's going to get. But what do you guys think about this? Tell me your thoughts in the comments down below. And please, if you could, please give this video a like and subscribe if you haven't already. And please keep dreaming. By the way, if you guys have already played these games emulated and hacked, there are already versions. I would say buy these if you're a fan of Resident Evil, and I guarantee you, probably by the time you even watch this, people are going to be coming out with like fan patches that actually make it look even better. I'm gonna buy these. I'm gonna beat them, but I'm definitely gonna see. I bet fans are gonna make some crazy improvements now that we have this upgraded modern version already bootable.
Thanks so much for watching that video. If you want to see something else, you can always click this link to see what I put up last, or, subscribe and see what's coming up next. Also, I promise that whatever I do, it'll try not to suck.